What's going on, everybody? Chuck here with VMP Performance, and I'm going to answer the age-old question: will VMP Superchargers fit the Shelby GT350? I've got great news. Behind me is Juan's 2017 Mustang GT350 Shelby, and below the hood is a VMP Odin Supercharger. Juan brought us this car. He said, you know what, guys, I want the VMP treatment, I want the brand new Odin blower put on this thing, and he also said, Chuck, I want you to take this car out after we get the blower on there. Let me know your thoughts. Always happy to oblige. So I'm going to go grab the keys to this beautiful Shelby, give you my first opinion. First things first, the GT350 did not get the 5-liter from the Coyote GT. This is its own separate thing. This is a flat plane crank with 0.2 liters more displacement. From the factory, it got a couple of different things, different throttle body, different intake manifold, and I'm sure there's probably a list of things that I don't even know about that were different between the Coyote and this 5.2 liter motor. The biggest thing I'm going to notice right off the bat is that the car does not sound the same. This doesn't sound like any Coyote I've ever driven. It's got a very unique tone to it. I like it. It's gonna take me a little while to get used to it, but I like it. You know what? I'm gonna turn the AC on. Daily driver. Oh, this thing sounds good. We gotta turn the exhaust up. Hold on, sport mode. There we go. Okay, so at first I said, yeah, I wasn't exactly sure about the exhaust note, or I don't even remember exactly how I put it, but I immediately changed that, scratched that. The exhaust sounds amazing. This is the stock exhaust from the manifolds, the catalytic converters, everything is bone stock exhaust-wise on this car. And if you put this thing in sport mode, it sounds incredible. So despite there being differences with just the engine, the 5.2 flat plane versus the 5.0 cross plane, there was also differences with the transmission as well. This car got the TR3160, a better transmission than the MT82, but still has, you know, some of its own little faults and stuff. All in all, though, this would be a considerable upgrade from the MT82 that came in the corresponding year model of these cars. All in all, though, the transmission feels great, and for it to be able to handle the RPMs that these engines turn, that's also an impressive feat as well. So when Juan dropped this car off originally, I took it for a drive. You know, he was like, I want to get your impressions of it before and after the blower. Let me know what you kind of think of the car. I told him, I was like, I have, you know, very limited seat time in any GT350. I've seen plenty around the shop, but never really had any reason to drive one of them. I took it out stock, and the first impression I had was, this thing feels like a street legal track car. It feels like the amount of skill the driver has to have to even come close to fully bringing out the potential on one of these cars is just insane. These cars were meant to turn, they were meant to stop and accelerate. It really is. It has that that street legal track car feel to it. Not too far off from the new 2020 GT500s. You can tell that this feels like the same idea for a car. Because of that, you do get some weird issues. Right now, I'm driving down what looks to be a fairly smooth road, and the front tires are so wide that it's actually tracking the road and trying to pull me left to right. I'm not a fan of that. I'd probably change out these tires and go with something a little skinnier up front, hopefully get rid of that tracking feel. But again, that's, like I said, that's kind of part of it. I believe these cars came with a almost square setup tire-wise, maybe a square setup. Like, I think the fronts, maybe 305s or 295s, are extremely wide. Great for cornering, a little bit annoying going down your general back roads. Oh, and that exhaust. Wow, what a good noise. This car just inspires so much driver confidence that, geez, the brakes are insane too. I really feel like even your most novice drivers could take one of these out to your local road course and have the time of their lives. So the question's been asked a lot. We get it weekly, maybe even daily at VMP, and that's, will your superchargers fit the GT350? The short answer is yes. Obviously, I'm driving one. This car is outfitted with the 2.65 liter Odin Supercharger the kit just how we typically sell it. And you do need to purchase an additional fuel pump voltage booster if your car is a GT350. And you also need to let us know that the car is a GT350 because it does require a different throttle body. We're more than happy to take care of you on that. Any of our local dealers are happy to take care of you on that. You just need to let them know that it's not going on a regular GT so that we know to send you the right parts. This really feels like a car that you could daily drive without any hesitation at all. Like, it is not harsh. I had a Lotus Elise that was like a toy track car type deal that obviously the Elise, you know, Lotus is like, you know, got a huge pedigree for F1 racing and being track cars. And that car handled better than any car I've ever driven. But you couldn't daily drive it ever. You would have to have like a yearly subscription to a chiropractor. It beat you up, it was loud, it rattled. I'm just talking normally to just a GoPro. I don't even have like a lapel mic or on anything, and I'm sure the audio is going to pick up great. I'm completely comfortable. The seats, for being in a car, those are really comfortable actually. These are great for like a road trip. So, you know, if you're looking for a car that you can still daily drive, but you also want like that performance aspect of it, and you want to go just a touch above a regular GT, this is a pretty damn good option. That's a good noise. This is like 4,500 RPMs, like not even letting this thing ring out, and it just sounds so good. It feels, I know what it is, the car wants to rev. It's just begging to be revved out. Like it seems so rev happy. There are some engines that you'll drive, you know, especially like your older small blocks. Coyotes in general really aren't this way, overhead cams and whatnot. But a lot of your like old push rod stuff, you can just tell like it wants to be down low. It makes a bunch of torque down there. Please don't rev me any higher, mister. I wasn't made to do that. This car though is the complete opposite. It's like it hates anything below 4,000 RPMs. It just is like, no. I live on the other side of the tack. I want to be on the right side, not the left side. And I don't know how to explain that other than like if you drive one, you're going to be like, ah, that's what Chuck was talking about. This thing likes to rev. Nice little pop there. And traffic. Lots of traffic. How dare these people want to go to the beach on a beautiful day like this? Oh, C8. White one too. Yeah, you don't want this smoke. This traffic may never end. We may be here for the rest of the day. 50 minutes till I'm off. Here we are. Stuck.
I'm stuck. I think we did all right. Yeah.
Stuck. That's like 7,000 still. Yes, that's everything that is right with the world right there. This thing really comes alive over like 6,000 RPMs. With a little bit of boost, I think this thing's probably on like maybe, I don't know, I guess with the RPMs, it's probably like 10 or 11 PSI up top. And in third gear, it just absolutely starts screaming. What an absolute ride to drive. Juan, trust me, man, you're gonna freaking love this thing. I got axle oil temp, cylinder head temp, inlet air temp, engine oil temp, trans oil temp, voltage. I got gauges for days over here. 138 degrees Fahrenheit axle oil temp. I don't know if that's good or bad. Brian, I'm not sure how much of this you're going to be able to use. Good luck. All right, so that's going to wrap up my review of Juan's car. All in all, I got to say, for being my first real driving impression of a Shelby GT350, I'm incredibly impressed. These things seem to be a road legal track car with a ton of still comfort amenities, something you could still daily drive, something that you would be happy to take a, a road trip or vacation on. Not a lot of room in the back for a family, but you could at least have a passenger in here and not be too uncomfortable. These cars with a blower on them really helps wake them up, really brings that down low punch that they were missing from the factory with this engine, and up top just absolutely flies. Really impressed with the car, really impressed with this combo. Can't wait to see what Juan thinks of it when he gets this thing back. If you're interested in getting a supercharger for your Mustang, your Shelby, let us know here at VMP. We're happy to take you through the process, explain any questions you may have, and remember to like, share, and subscribe, guys. We'll see you on the next one.